We're about to take the first class train from Cairo to Aswan. Hey everyone, it's Kritika. Welcome back to my channel. I am in Cairo in Egypt right now. We've spent the last couple of days exploring this beautiful and historic city and it's been amazing. But right now, as you can see, I'm in the train station and we're about to take the first class train from Cairo to Aswan. Our train is finally here. So this is what the train looks like from inside. This here is my cabin. Each cabin has like this bunk bed situation going on. The train was actually running 1 hour late, which is supposedly normal over here, sort of like India. So as soon as we got here, they served us food.
Vegetarian?
Do you have vegetarian?
No, vegetarian.
I'll done this.
This?
Yeah. So we just checked into our little cabin for this train journey and they just served us dinner. So they actually have trays here that you can use to eat. But since our suitcases are here as well, I'm just using this suitcase as my tray. So most of the food that we've been served here is actually non-vegetarian. Madhurya eats non-vegetarian, so there's chicken and I don't know what else. So thankfully our guide warned us this would happen. So I picked up some kosheri for dinner. It's this Egyptian vegetarian dish which is really delicious. So I'm going to be having that. And this here is our train cabin. I'll give you a tour of it later. But yeah, first things first, let's eat some food. So this is my food. And the best part is that they actually have a wash basin here. So this opens up and I can literally just wash my hands right after eating. But yeah, I ate quite a nice meal and this train is scheduled to reach Aswan tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, when there's some more daylight, I'll give you a tour of what this looks like from inside. Good morning, everyone. It's nice and sunny outside. The train has been thankfully picked up the speed and is on time. So this morning at 8 a.m., I literally woke up to the train conductor knocking on our door and serving us breakfast. So that was my wake-up call. The beds here are honestly quite comfortable, but last night I did not sleep enough. I only went to sleep, I think, at 3 a.m. and I was woken up at 8 a.m. And the temperature control in our room was not working, so it was freezing outside. But nevertheless, the beds itself were quite comfortable. And now that there's sunlight outside, let me give you a tour of what my room here looks like. So there are many cabins over here. Mine is this one, the 1112. Let me show you what it's like from inside. So welcome to my cabin. This is what it's like. So when we got here yesterday, the beds weren't laid out. So it was more of a sitting area here. It fit 3 people, but these cabins are built for 2 people. So there are 2 bunk beds and honestly quite spacious and comfortable. But besides this, there's actually a lot inside over here. Over here, we actually have an entire wash basin. So if you open this, there's a tiny little mirror here. There's a wash basin with not too much water coming out, to be honest. Then we've got some soap. Didn't really end up using these. They've also given us towels, which is nice. And there's a plug point here as well. I'm not sure why the plug point is inside the wash basin setting, but it is what it is. We didn't end up using this. We were carrying power banks. So this closes, and I feel like this is such efficient use of space. We've also stored some of our luggage here. And over here, we have hangers and rods to hang stuff. So you can hang bags. We've got like a whole bag full of snacks. We thought the food here may not be good, but the food that was served for dinner last night was actually good. And also over here, you've got the light setting. The lighting here in the evening was honestly quite dim. It's just that one light that you see over there. Not the best lighting for the evening if you're vlogging, but otherwise it's fine. This is the temperature control, which I don't think was working because last evening when we were going to bed, it was freezing in our cabin. The others didn't seem to have that issue, but yeah, I was just freezing despite being under the sheets. They've also got a reading light, and I think this button is to call the attendant. So this whole train journey from Cairo to Aswan is about, I think, 14-16 hours, depending on whether or not the train is running late. The train was 45 minutes late yesterday in Cairo, so we were waiting at the station. And then once we boarded, we were served dinner. If you're vegetarian, you want to bring your own food, but otherwise you're good. The breakfast is also included, but it was just different types of bread with feta and jam, so nothing spectacular. And I think the coffee and tea is only included in the morning, but you can also pay and buy food. So this is basically what the train is like, and each coach has like a bunch of cabins. Since we are traveling as a group, I'm posting a group trip here in case you missed my first vlog from Egypt. So some of you guys are actually with me on this trip. So we're a group of 12 people. So we have a bunch of different cabins here, and it's been quite fun just walking around, going into other people's cabins and talking. There's also some space here for small bags, and when you close this door, there is a mirror here as well, and this door locks, so at night you can lock it and this is your private space. Last evening we couldn't really see much outside, but right now the view is quite nice. It's interesting to see like the countryside of Egypt. And this whole train journey actually is quite expensive, I feel. So this is the first class, and I think if you're booking an independent cabin where it's just one person in the cabin, it's like $120 per person, and if two people are sharing it, it's $80 per person, I think. So I'm sharing this cabin with someone else. So that's the price. I don't know if it's expensive or not, but I feel like it's been quite a nice experience. There are 2 toilets here for each coach, which I thought might be an issue, but it's actually been okay. Like when we got here, it was dirty, but there's actually a toilet attendant, so you can let him know and he cleans it up for you. And they also have like toilet paper there and seat covers. So it's actually been quite a comfortable and chill experience so far, and I've really enjoyed this train journey. Made it to Aswan, and like I mentioned, the trains usually don't run on time, but today for a change it reached bang on time at 10 a.m. and our hotel check-in is only at like 2 p.m. I think. So we're starting our sightseeing already. One of the major attractions here is the Temple of Isis on Philae Island, which is what we're going to check out. So basically you take a motorboat and head to the island, and it's a beautiful temple from what I've heard and seen pictures of. So very excited to check it out. This temple is so beautiful. It honestly looks like some kind of Game of Thrones set. And because it's by the water, it's on an island, the views are just spectacular. And I'm so glad we got to check this out because this is very different from the other temples we've been to or are going to visit. So this behind me here is the Philae temple, and this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this temple originally was on a different island, but that island got submerged. So the temple for many years was underwater, and since then it has been dismantled into, I think our guide was telling us like 47,000 pieces or something like that, and transported to this island and reassembled over here. So it's crazy to think all of that happened. It still looks pretty intact. And back in the day, all of this used to be colored because it was underwater, and obviously it's been so many years. The color has gone, but just imagine all of this in its grandeur with all the color. It would have just looked amazing. And this boat ride was actually so beautiful. The landscape here looks very different and unreal. And also on the boat, there were a couple of Nubian people selling jewelry, which was really nice. It's a nice way to support the community. And I ended up buying like a couple of these bracelets, very cute. But anyway, let's go explore this island. Back from Philae, and over here they have tons of souvenirs which look really nice. I picked up a couple of alabaster bowls for myself which look really nice. So something this part of Egypt is famous for are essential oils and fragrances. So we're inside the store right now, which is massive, looks really cool. We also had our lunch over here, and they're gonna like basically show us different types of essential oils and how those containers that hold these essential oils are made.
One finger, rub it and then smell it. One finger and then smell. This is in your list number 6.
It smells really nice.
It is very strong.
Yeah, that's why.
This one we done.
You know that it heals immediately if you can't breathe.
Wow, it's actually really nice. I think I would like some of that. So they just made us smell a few different fragrances. My arm is full of like different scents. I'm smelling really good right now. Honestly, I was not planning to buy any essential oils or fragrances just because I don't usually buy souvenirs, I feel. But this just smells so good, and I feel like the salespeople here, even in Cairo, I ended up buying a couple of things even though I wasn't planning to. I think they do like such a good job of the presentation, and honestly the fragrances, They're so good. So I think I'm actually picking up like 3 cents.
Thank you. This is
So we all ended up buying a lot of like perfume and essential oils. So just checked into our hotel. This here is my room. Let me give you a tour. This is what it's like. Sharing this room. So we've got 2 beds. Let's check out the bathroom. I feel like that's the most important. I don't know where the light goes on from. Oh, okay. This is actually quite decent. And meet Madhurya, my roommate. And we have a little sitting area outside, which is cute. And you can't really see it from here, but you can see the boat sailing. So we're right by the Nile. So it's quite a nice location. So we've showered and we're all dressed up and clean after that train journey and the exhausting day that we've had. So right now the sun is setting and we're about to go to a Nubian village. So this part of Egypt is called Nubia, I think. And I'll get our guide Hoda to talk more about it. But basically we're visiting this Nubian village and we'll be having dinner in a Nubian household, which I'm very excited about. And I've seen pictures of these Nubian villages around here and they look so vibrant and beautiful. So very excited to check it out. So this is our boat. We're going to be taking this and heading to the Nubian village. I think it's on this island called Elephentine. But yeah, very excited for this. How beautiful is the sunset? So that behind me is the old Cataract Hotel. It's the most expensive hotel here in Aswan, and that's because a lot of famous people like Winston Churchill and Agatha Christie have actually stayed here. So there's a room called Agatha Christie's room, which goes for like $10,000 a night during high season, and that's where she wrote the novel Death on the Nile. So yeah, quite a nice view from this hotel, I'm sure. That's why they are like this.
There are between 5,000 to 6,000 Nubians who live on Elephantine Island. There's a school on the island. There's a small clinic, sort of like a small hospital here. But the streets are very narrow, like narrow alleyways. No transportation except for the donkey on the this island.
Yeah.
Most of the people who live on the island, they're either farmers or they work in tourism. So they're fluka captains, they have their own motorboats. And while we're walking together, we'll see the normal little houses, the old-fashioned ones that are made out of mud brick, the newer ones that are made out of red bricks.
This is where we're going to be eating. Such a cute setup, and I love all these colors. Cheers! 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 We'll begin. So it's day 2 in Aswan, and today we're kind of just having a very chill and lazy day. So one of the major reasons people come to Aswan is actually to visit Abu Simbel, which is such a popular tourist attraction. Honestly, I really wanted to do that, but we had to wake up at 4 a.m. for that trip, and it's also extremely hot this time of year. So some people in the group decided to do that trip. I wasn't one of them, and I think 6 of us just stayed back and had a very chill laid back breakfast by the Nile, which was really nice. Abu Simbel is like a 3-4 hour drive from here, and the people who went are already back because it's 2 p.m. right now, and they had an amazing time. So now I'm feeling a bit of FOMO. But anyway, we're out and about, and we're starting our day by going to McDonald's to have lunch. This McDonald's is supposed to be the largest in Egypt. I don't know if they'll have any vegetarian options, to be honest, but it's by the Nile. So yeah, I think it should be quite an experience. Fries. Yeah, we're gonna have fries. This McDonald's is actually kind of smaller than I expected. But anyway, picked up some strawberry milkshake and fries. They don't really have vegetarian options like I thought. So I feel like McDonald's fries are really good anywhere in the world. Oh, he's a policeman. So we're inside this very rustic, vintage-looking taxi, and we're taking this to head to the Nubian Museum. So we've made it to the Nubian Museum. This is what it looks like. The building is pretty cool. It's very, very empty though, so we're just figuring out where to get tickets from. Hi.
Welcome India. Mumbai.
Some of us.
Chennai. Mumbai.
Yes.
We will come.
Oh, thank you.
I will be happy you visited today.
So we're inside the Nubian Museum. The tickets were for like 200 EGP and it looks very beautiful from inside. Also, I think we may be the only tourists over here, at least from the entrance, because it's literally just us over here. But let's go inside and see what it's like. They were literally playing board games back in the day. So this is kind of what we saw at the start of the trip, all the pyramids. We went up to the really large statue of Ramses. We're going to be doing Luxor towards the end of our trip, and this is where we are right now. And this was Abu Simbel, which we didn't do today. But yeah, this is such a cool display of everything that we're doing on this trip. So we're done at the museum. We spent about an hour there and we kind of missed Hoda, our guide, because I feel like she makes any place interesting with her stories. But the museum itself was nice. There are like explanations everywhere. There's an explanation for each display and it's definitely worth checking out. But right opposite the museum is the old Cataract Hotel, which is the historic 5-star hotel that I showed you from the boat yesterday. So we heard that at 6 p.m. they do a free tour of the hotel. You can't really enter the hotel for free. You have to pay like 600 EGP to enter, which is like a cover charge. You can use that to buy drinks. So we thought we'll check that out. Let's see what it's like. So we just bought a voucher. It was actually £500, not 600. Let's go inside. So we're inside the hotel now. The restaurant looks so nice and surprisingly the prices here for the food are not that expensive. So we've ended up ordering a lot of food and drinks, waiting for that, and our tour starts at 6 p.m. so we'll get a little tour of this hotel and hopefully the Agatha Christie room is unoccupied so we'll get to see that as well.
You ready?
Yes.
Would you press Agatha Christie invited you to please? Here we go. So this whole trip to the hotel is actually turning out to be quite a nice experience. We got a tour of Agatha Christie's room, which was massive and really nice. She lived there for a year and I'm very jealous because this place is amazing. And our food is here. Look at how much food we've ordered. And all of this is included in like the 500 per person that we paid. So I feel like this is very, very worth it. And the food is delicious as well.
Cataract Hotel is everything that they said it would be. The view is amazing. The room was excellent. So I'm having a great time.
I think the whole experience here has been amazing. This is not what we expected, but once we've come in, it is worth it. Definitely a must do in Aswan.
Same.
We have now come to Aswan Market, which as you can see is very packed. The market here is massive and supposed to be one of the things you should check out while you're here. So we're just taking a walk through the souk and probably going to do some shopping. Doing some t-shirt shopping. These are mangoes. Oh my god, look at them. It's mango season here and look how massive these mangoes are.
Here, look for me. Yeah, for me. Yeah, here.
Oh wow.
This here.
Back in our room now, and today has actually been such an eventful day. I think the highlight was definitely the hotel, which I wasn't really expecting because we almost didn't even do it. But the whole hotel experience was so nice, and we also ended up doing some shopping. I really wasn't planning to shop on this trip, but I ended up buying this t-shirt and a magnet for myself. But anyway, we're halfway through our trip, so we still have 4 more days to go in Egypt and a lot more that we're doing. Tomorrow's actually quite an adventurous day and you'll see that in the next vlog. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time. Bye.